Hi, my name is Jen. Thanks for joining me today. This is going to be beginner class number 6 of our beginner series. Today we're going to need our magic circle, which I have right here. I'm going to grab it. We're going to need our magic circle. We're also going to need our box. There is going to be a portion of this flow where the box can either be put across your rails. If your box doesn't fit across your rails, or you don't like to put the box on the rails, you're going to take the box and you're going to come down to the floor and do your planking segment on the floor, wherever you're comfortable doing the planks. So from here, we are going to be starting on 2 reds and a blue. So that's 2 heavies and a medium. And once you're ready, I'll see you on the reformer. All right, so sitting up nice and tall, we're going to be sitting towards the edge of our carriage. We're going to just be warming up our abs and our spine just a little bit here. So when we're ready, we're going to go ahead, hold that magic circle out in front of you. Your legs are squeezing together. Your feet are on the floor. From here, you're going to activate that circle, squeeze it together. I want you to tilt that pelvis back and slowly roll yourself down just to where you feel comfortable, trying to keep those feet on the floor, keeping those shoulders back. Take an inhale, slowly roll yourself on up, stack the spine, raise the arms up to the clouds. Again, bring it down towards the center, squeeze that magic circle, roll yourself back. Squeeze the magic circle as you roll up, squeezing as you stack that spine. Lifting that up to the clouds, bringing it down to center. Last 2 here. On this last one, leave yourself rolled back. From here, squeeze that magic circle, rotate towards your risers, bring it back to the center. Now rotate towards the foot bar, bring it back to center. Keep that C curve. It doesn't have to be too deep. Your feet are still planted on that floor. You're squeezing that energy between your legs, keeping those shoulders back and down. We have 4. For 3. Last 2. Last one here, bring it to center, slowly roll that spine up, lift the arms up over the head, and bring it back down to center. All right, we're going to take that magic circle, we're going to take it in between our ankles. And from here, we're going to take our hands, we're going to place them behind our head. Now we're going to rotate towards our risers, but we're going to pulse after that rotate. So sitting up nice and tall, you have a string pulling you from the crown of your head. And from here, you're going to rotate towards your risers, pulse twice, bring it back to center. Rotate towards the foot bar, pulse twice, back to center. Try to keep those elbows wide. Exhale as you're pulsing. Try to get higher on that second pulse. Inhale back to center. Exhale, pulse, 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 pulse. Last one to each side. Finishing up on the side of the foot bar. You can go ahead, bring your hands down. Roll those shoulders forward and back. You can take that magic circle out between your ankles. And from here, we're going to lie down, adjust your headrest any way you want, and go ahead and lie on down. Find your feet on that foot bar. You're finding your heels hit sit bones distance apart, hips distance apart. Heels are on that bar. Magic circle is in your hands. Elbows are down on that carriage. Shoulders are open and down that carriage mat, down your back. From here, take a big deep inhale, squeeze that magic circle, extend yourself out, resist it in. Taking a moment to see how you feel today. Knitting everything tight as you extend out, releasing it as you come in. Last 2. On this last one, come in halfway. Little pulses with the ring, little pulses up and down with the carriage. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend it all the way out. Bring it all the way in. Let's slide the balls of the feet down the foot bar. When you're ready, extend that carriage out, bring that arm up to the clouds, and bring it in. So same motion, arms are just coming up to the clouds this time. Heels are lifted, trying not to drop them in space. All 10 toes are picking up real estate on that foot bar. Magic circle is mimicking last 2 here. On this last one, come in halfway, little pulses. Last 3. Squeeze it all the way out. Bring it all the way home. Let's click those heels together. Keep those heels lifted. From here, drop the elbows back down. Now you're going to close your hands. You're going to pull that ring apart as you extend yourself out. Resist it as you come in. So you're knitting everything together. You're pulling out from the shoulders, though, knitting everything from the midline. Last 3. On this last one, hold yourself all the way out. Just relax that magic circle here. From here, you're going to now squeeze the magic circle, drop your heels, and release. Drop the heels under, squeeze the magic circle, release. For 4 more. Last 2. On this last one, keep those heels up high. Slowly bend your knees on in. We're going to go ahead, bring our heels back to that bar. From here, I'm going to take my right foot. I am going to put the ball of my right foot into that magic circle. I am going to straighten my right leg. Left heel is on that bar. From here, you can hold it with both hands, one hand, whatever works for you. From here, single leg extension. Every time when you extend that carriage long, I want you to pull that leg closer towards your nose. Release the leg back to center, bend the leg on the bar. So you're going into an opposite stretch as you're coming into full leg length leg extension. Really trying to work into that flexibility. Last 2, just like this. On this last one, I want you to hold yourself out long. Now pull that leg closer towards your nose. Watch your opposing hip. Try to keep it squared out. And from here, I want you to drop that leg out to the side. Bring it back up to center. One more out to the side, just getting that stretch. Bring it back up to center. From here, when it comes to center, I just want you to point and flex that foot, still pulling it towards your nose ever so slightly. Last 2. When that foot is pointed, hold it there. Now bring it out to the side. Try to keep that opposing hip down. Hold that leg out. Get into that side straddle, what works for you. And from here, I want you to point and flex your feet. Think about trying to bring those toes closer to your nose. Last 2 here. When that foot's pointed, bring it back up to the clouds, bend the leg on the foot bar, and bring yourself on in. Let's switch those legs. Left foot, left ball of my foot is on the pad of that magic circle. Left heel of my right foot is on that bar. From here, extend yourself out, get that full length extension, pull that leg closer to your nose, and resist it back in. So thinking about getting that opposing stretch. Last two. On this last one, when that leg is lengthened, hold it there. Pull that leg closer towards your nose. Bring it out to the side. Try to keep that opposing hip squared down. Lift it up. One more, just getting that stretch before we go into that point and flex. When it comes back up to the clouds, point and flex. Really resist that heel dropping down. Last two. When that toe's pointed, hold it there, bring it out to the side, keep that opposing hip down. As best you can, point and flex here. Last two. Next time that toe is pointed, hold it there, bring it back up to the clouds, bend the knee on the foot bar, and bring yourself in. Let's go ahead, bring both feet into that pad of that magic circle. Let's reach and flex and point both feet now, pulling against that magic circle. All right, from here, we are going to come up into our teasers. So we're going to use this magic circle to help us. So when you're ready, I want you to relax those feet for a second. Pull that magic circle towards your nose. I want you to tuck your chin towards your chest. Now take a big, deep inhale. On that exhale, tuck that chin and slowly roll yourself up into that teaser position. Now you can rest your feet on that foot bar, or you can try to pull yourself up taller, hold it for 3, 2, and 1. And from here, slowly roll yourself back down. Try to get yourself back in that same exact spot that you rolled yourself up from. Good. Reset yourself here. From here, when you're ready, take a big, deep inhale. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Begin the exhale. As you roll up, find that hold in that teaser. Use that exhale to help you. Bring those shoulders down. Remember, you can be resting on that foot bar or finding your strong balance in the center. And let's slowly roll it down. Sometimes rolling it down is just as hard as coming up. All right, as slow as you can. You should be back in that position. This time we're going to do the same thing. We're going to hold it up. For 3, 2, 1, drop your knees onto that foot bar, bend your knees, take that magic circle out, and we are going to be dropping a spring. So I am dropping down to, I'm dropping one heavy spring, so I'm dropping down to a red and a blue. So I took off my red, I'm left with a red and a blue. All right, from here, we're going to go ahead, we're going to reach behind us, grab our straps first. All right, and we're going to go ahead, we're going to take that magic circle. It can go in between your inner thighs or at the top of your calves or at your ankles. Just make sure it's not on your knee joint. Protect those joints, all right? So you might like it above the knee, maybe below the knee. The choice is yours. So from here, when you're ready, you're going to lift those arms up to the clouds. That magic circle is now a magic oval. So lift those legs into tabletop. From here, straight arm press. Bring those arms straight down, resist it up. So we're going into 3 variations today. The first 6, which we have 2 more here, are going to be with our head down. On this next one, if a chest curl is for you, I want you to tuck your chin towards your chest. Slowly bring yourself up and bring yourself back down. So curling yourself up, reaching those arms long towards that foot bar. We have 3 more here. On this next one, I'm going to give you the option. You curl yourself up, you leave yourself up, or your head comes down. We're going to float the legs out. Squeeze that magic circle for double leg stretch. We're going for 6. Last 4. 3. For 2, make sure those shoulders are away. Last 1, when those legs come back to table, float those arms up to the clouds. Go ahead, take one strap out of your hand. You're going to remove that magic circle. Magic circle is now getting threaded through our legs. Going to go ahead, grab our straps again. All right, so squeezing at the magic circle, you can use it, same thing. It can be down at your calves or it can be up above your knees. Choice is yours. From here, when you're ready, arms come straight down to your waist. Now tuck those elbows in. Let's go in for our tricep. So first 6, head stays down. You're pressing ever so slightly on that magic circle, working a little bit of the outer thigh, balancing the inner thigh with the outer thigh. You have one more here. Next time the hands come up, if a chest lift is for you, tuck that chin, curl yourself up, and bring it in. Use that breath. Exhale. Hollow out those abs as you're rounding yourself up. Last 2. On this last one, you have that option. You can keep that head up, head goes down. Double leg stretch, extend it out. Pull it in, keep that tension, keep those arms reaching long towards that foot bar. Shoulders are away from your ears. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Bring those knees to table. Arms come up, head comes down. You can go ahead, bring your feet to that foot bar, unthread that magic circle. Go ahead, put that magic circle back on your knees. You're going to go ahead, hang those straps up. Now from here, we can go ahead, put the magic circle down. We're done with it for right this minute. I want you to go ahead, make sure your headrest is down. Knock your headrest down. All right, we're going to grab our arms. We're going to reach behind, grab our shoulder blocks or our pegs. Choice is yours, whatever you have. So from here, we're going to go ahead, lift our legs into tabletop, squeeze those knees together, coming in for spine twist. I'm going to drop my knees to my left side first, keeping my right shoulder down as my right hip comes up. Bring those legs back to center. And dropping towards the right, trying to keep that left shoulder down. Squeezing, coming back to center. So you should be inhaling as you drop from side to side. Exhaling as you bring it up to center. Hopefully you get a couple back pops here. I just popped mine a second ago. Last 1 to each side. Make sure you finish with the side you did not start on. And then once you come back to center, go ahead, float those feet to the foot bar. And now we're going to come into some bridging. Grab your magic circle, you placed it down. Here we're going to go ahead, we're going to place it in between our inner thighs above the knee. So this is a light carriage, and I like to do this on a light carriage because it really shows you the power of the magic circle. So we're on a red and a blue, and bridging on a red and a blue is not easy. But with the magic circle, it does make it just a little bit easier. So I want you to go ahead, think about engaging those inner thighs, squeezing that magic circle. And from here, that firing up your inner thighs into your deepest layer of abs, igniting your pelvic floor. Now from here, with that squeeze, tilt that pelvis towards your nose. Heels are pulling towards your glutes, holding that carriage as you're articulating yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Take an inhale, roll, yourself down. Listen to your body. If this does not work for you, change the weight. Bring that bottom down. Again, release that magic circle as you come down. Give your inner thighs this moment. Squeeze, articulate, roll yourself up. Find that plumb line from the nose to from the knees to the waist, from the waist to the shoulders. Exhale, roll it down. Last two, articulate. Squeeze it up, find that plumb line. Inhale, roll it down. Last one. Once your bottom hits that carriage mat, ooh, I got the shakes. Slowly release that magic circle. Drop your legs from side to side. Give it a moment here. All right, let's thread those legs through the magic circle, finishing working it out, rounding out that work between the inner and outer thighs. This one's going to be a little bit harder to control because you're pushing out on the magic circle while drawing your hamstrings closer to your glutes. Do your best. We're not articulating. We're going with a flat back here. So when you're ready, heels, sometimes arches may help support a little bit more. When you're ready, push out on that magic circle. Draw those abs into those ribs to spine. Lift your hips straight up to the clouds. Drop it down. Remember, you can touch the mat. If that's too deep, then don't go that deep. Squeeze, just push out on that magic circle as you're coming up. Release it just a little bit as you come down. Last two. Can be intense, especially on the hamstrings, so not too many. On this last one, slowly hinge yourself down. Bring your knees towards your chest. You can unthread that magic circle. Just go ahead, give yourself a rock here for a second. From here, you can go ahead, lift your headrest up. I'm going to grab my pillow. And from here, before we come up from laying down, we are going to go into feet and straps. So I want you to go ahead, grab your straps behind you. Put one foot in, followed by the other. Once you have those straps in, you're going to go ahead, you're going to take that magic circle. It's coming at your calves or at your ankles. You can even do it in between your inner thighs. I like it a little bit above the ankle here. So we just worked the outer thigh, coming back in with a little more inner thigh work here. So from here, when you're ready, we're just going to lower and lift. But what I want you to think about is I want you to try to maintain that neutral spine. So not coming into that imprint, really feel that stretch behind that back line as you're squeezing that magic circle, and drop it down. So being deliberate to stay in that neutral spine here, not floating into that imprint. So you can really get that stretch behind you. Last two here. Next time your feet come to 45, I want you to squeeze that circle, bend them in towards your chest, squeeze, push away. This one is extremely hard for me because I don't have as much inner thigh strength on my right side as I do on my left because of my hip. Last two. But I keep working at it and hopefully it will get better. Next time those legs are long, bring them up to the clouds. Bend your knees towards your chest. Let's take that magic circle out. Go ahead, bring your feet through that magic circle and open your legs on the ankles wide, but over the straps this time. So same moves here. From here, we're going to go into lower and lift. Again, I want you to be mindful of trying to stay in that neutral spine. Really pushing out, activating those outer thighs, especially when you're coming up towards the clouds. Last two. When those feet come down to 45, I want you to hold them there. We're going to bend those knees in towards our nose. Push them away. Again, can you stay in that neutral spine here without collapsing into that imprint? If not, no worries. Just trying for it to be mindful. If you use your mind and your body together, it can produce amazing things. Last two. Next time your knees come in, bring them all the way in towards your chest. Bring those legs together, grab that magic circle. That magic circle can come now down on the ground next to you. Don't need it. From here, extend your legs up to the clouds. Come out and around for your circles. Just be careful when you first start circles, especially when you were ever squeezing something in between your legs or working on the inner thighs. So now I want you just to go ahead and not think about your neutral spine and just allow your body to flow with what feels good for you. Last two in this direction. Next time those feet come up to the clouds, let's push them down towards the foot bar. Come out and around. Last two. Next time those feet come up to the clouds, hold them there. Let's flex those toes towards your nose. Pull down on those straps. Give yourself a hamstring stretch. Let's go ahead. I'm going to fold my right leg into my left leg into a figure 4 over my right leg. Push out on that knee, and if it feels okay, go ahead and bend that straightened leg. If that's too much on your knees, then just keep your leg straight to the clouds. From here, we're going to straighten that leg that we just bent. If that was available, extend the other leg back to the clouds. Let's go into the figure 4 onto that other side. And then if you can bend that leg, push out on that knee, really stretch that glute. And then carefully bring that leg back to the clouds. Extend the other leg to meet it. Flex those feet one final time, pull down on those straps, and you can slowly go ahead and take your feet out of those loops and go ahead and bring your straps behind you. I'm going to drop my straps down in the well. I'll pick them up when I come up. All right, so we're going to be making some changes. We're going to be putting all of our springs on. I am going to be putting my headrest down. I will pick my straps back up, and we are going to be grabbing our box. Once you have that box, you're going to put that box on to your carriage. I do have a sitting pad with me because the pants that I have on today are a little slippery. So once you're on that box, go ahead, sit down. You are going to need your safety strap, but we're not going to need it quite yet. So just like we did in the beginning, I want you to go ahead and take this magic circle and I want you to place it between your ankles. Now you might have to shimmy up just a little bit. Your feet might be off. The balls of your feet might be off your carriage mat. That's okay. You just want to be able to have tension into that magic circle. So from here, just like we started before, we're going to bring our hands behind our head. We're going to rotate our spine first. So from here, we did those pulses in the beginning. I want you to squeeze those inner thighs together, squeezing those ankles together. I want you to rotate to your left first, pulse it twice, bring it back to center. Rotate towards the right, pulse it twice, and bring it back to center. Pulsing. Thinking about growing taller as you're exhaling around your waist. Keep your gaze over your nose. Last two to each side. Growing taller, squeezing that circle in between your ankles, helping you lengthen. Last one, finish on the side you did not start on. And come back to center. All right, we're going to take those feet, send them through those safety strap. Adjust yourself on your mat if you need. So again, familiar moves, especially we did them in the beginning. Extend those arms long. Now we're going to tuck that pelvis, tilt it back. Roll yourself back. You may be a little bit warmer before than you were when we started. Now draw those abs in. Slowly come up. Those arms come up as you stack the spine. Again, bring the hands to center. Articulate yourself back. Go where you're comfortable. Draw those abs in. Stack your spine. Lift the magic circle. So that magic circle, as you're squeezing it, you're making that connection between your ribs and your waist, your abs, keeping everything knitted together, helping you engage what you need to engage. Last two. And last one here. Slowly roll yourself back. Bring it on up. Stack the spine, arms come up over the head. Bring the magic circle back to center. All right, add that rotation from side to side. So from here, roll yourself down, rotate towards the left, bring it to center, towards the right, bring it to center. Good, keep that C curve, keep those abs drawn into that spine, keep those shoulders away. Your bottom is cemented in glue for 4. 3, last 2, and last 1. Bring it back to center and slowly bring it on up. All right, dive over, take a moment here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to come over for side overs. So I am going to lift my left leg up into a figure 4 in front of me. All right, so left leg, figure 4 in front of me. My leg in the strap is reaching long from my hip, my obliques, everything's drawn in. These toes are facing towards the front wherever you are facing. Remember, you can take the magic circle. You can push the magic circle here to help you get into those obliques if you're not exactly here yet. So from here, squeeze the magic circle coming in for side overs. Squeeze it down and lift it up. We're only going for 8. And then we're doing 6 pulses. Think about cinching this rib cage to this waistline. Last 2. Exhale, lift. Inhale down, exhale, lift, hold it up. We're pulsing for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring your hand to the headrest. You can go ahead, twist your spine as long as your foot is safely in that strap, and come down and give your body a spine twist. All right, let's slowly come up. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So from here, I'm going to turn my back towards you. That hip is going into that strap. Organize yourself first. Okay, find your long line, get your toes in center. Then from here, you start reaching that hip long out of its leg. Squeeze the magic circle, and you're going to lift. You're squeezing this rib to this waistline. For 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it up. We got 6 pulses for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, bring that hand to the headrest, and go ahead, come into that full body spine twist. And slowly come on up when you feel okay. All right, so once you come up, you can go ahead. We're done with that strap. We can put that strap down. We're gonna come off our carriage. So this is where we're gonna take that box and we're gonna put it on the rails, or you're gonna take the box and you're gonna put it on the floor. All of your springs are staying on here and your box is coming to the rails. You just wanna make sure that it is secure on the rails. You can adjust yourself once you get on. I am taking my timer with us because we're going into some timed planks. So our last planks were 45 seconds. We're going to stay there right now. So once you're ready, I want you to draw those abs in. Bring those shoulders down your back. I'm going to set the timer. From here, you're going to extend one leg out. Make sure you have enough room first. Extend one leg out. Then from here, find that plank position. All right, so keep those abs drawn in. And we're just holding here for 45 seconds. We're not doing anything special. We're making our shoulders are away from our ears. Our legs are squeezing together. We drop the weight to the heels of our body and we just hold and breathe. We are 20 seconds in. Breathe it out. 15 seconds left. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop a knee, drop the other, and come on in. Stretch those arms long. Now these planks can also be modified. They can be down on your knees. We are coming into side planks. If you need a modified side plank, come to your knees, bring your here, and you just come into a modified side plank here. All right, otherwise, if you're ready for a regular side plank, I'm gonna open to you first. So I'm gonna take my fist just like I do a regular plank, but I'm gonna close my fist into one another. So the side I'm opening to has my hand that I'm opening to. From here, go ahead, find your plank. Start the timer. Now, turn your toes towards the front of the room or whatever side you're going to. And then from here, you want to put your weight into this arm. Your hands can come here to help you, but you don't want to dump into this arm. Keep those abs drawn in. Your legs can be at a staggered stance. We are 25 seconds in. Don't dump in that arm. Keep pushing out. Keep drawing those obliques in. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that arm down. Come to that center plank. Drop a knee and drop a knee. Come into that child's pose. We have one more to go. All right, so when you're ready, now my other fist is going to be leading the way. I'm going to start this timer, find that plank. Make sure your shoulders are down and back. Turn your toes to the side you're going. You can lift the hand if you can push out of this shoulder. If you're dumping, use the other hand to help you. We're halfway there. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hand down. Turn your toes to center. Drop the knee, followed by the other, and come into child's pose. All right, so we got those planks done. Let's get our back body some work. So before we get rid of that box, we're going to go ahead, we're going to put it on our carriage. And now we are taking every spring, that light and medium spring, and we are going to be putting our foot bars down. Remember, if you need a pad to lay on, if you have slippery clothes, grab your pad. Otherwise, foot bar is down. You're going to lay on the box facing your risers. And from here, you're going to go ahead, push your pelvis into that box. Legs can be squeezing together, can be sits bones distance apart, whatever works for you. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to reach our arms long. Draw those abs in and push that pelvis into that box. So we're going to come into some swan here, so shoulders are back and down. From here, all fingers are on the same side of the rails. I want you to pull your lats in. Arms come underneath your shoulders. If chest expansion is for you, go ahead and come into back extension and bring it down. Did not mean chest expansion, I meant back extension. So squeeze and lift, and bring it down. Last two here, coming into that swan, making that body strong as you pull, as you come into that back extension. On this one, we're going to hold it up. If you don't like back extension, keep yourself in neutral. Just activate the lower body. From here, I just want you to pedal those feet like you're swimming. Keep those lats engaged. Yes, just pedal, swim for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Relax over that box. Let everything go limp for a second. All right, so let's finish up this work here. When you're ready, go ahead, grab those straps. You're going to grab up at the tape. From here, your head can stay neutral. We did back extension already. We don't need any more. So from here, go ahead, activate that pelvic, squeeze those glutes. You're going to go ahead, reach your arms, reach behind your hips, and resist it up. So you're pulling your hands. You're trying to activate them towards your thighs. Trying to keep the shoulders wide as you pull the straps to your thighs. Your neck is long, your gaze is looking down. Still pushing that pelvis into that box. Long line from head to toe. Last two here, we're going to add triceps on, and then we're going to be finished. On this next one, hold those arms back. Let's go for 8 triceps. Bend at the elbow, squeeze towards the hips. For 6, last 2, 7. After this last one, slowly bring your arms on down. And go ahead, let your back drop your head. You can hang those straps on up. And you can slowly come off your box, come onto the floor. Go ahead, bend, come into a cat-cow on that box. Just round and flex that spine a few times. Last 2. All right, we can get rid of that box. We're done with that box. That box can go away. We are going to grab our magic circle, put the foot bar up, and change your spring to 1 red spring. So 1 heavy spring. You have that 1 heavy spring on, grab your circle. We're coming into an Eve's lunge. So from here, once you're ready, you're going to put that knee down on the carriage. Your standing leg is out by the foot bar. From here, before we even start anything, just go ahead, give yourself an Eve's lunge, stretch that hip flexor. Bring it in. We'll do 1 more here. Slowly come all the way in. All right, from here, we're going to work on our balance just a little bit. We're going to lift that knee up off that carriage. We're going to stand and we're going to bend and straighten our standing legs so your shoulders are down. Magic circle can come to the foot bar if you have balance issues or you're just not feeling the balance today. From here, when you're ready, squeeze that magic circle, bend that standing leg, and stand it up. So trying to keep that chest proud. Think about squeezing that circle, coming down, resisting it as you come up. Last 3. On this last one, hold yourself down. Can you just push the foot back for 8, 7, little pulses, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it down, just the circle comes in and out for 7, for 4, 3, 2, and last one, slowly bring that carriage on in and bring that knee down. All right, we're going to take a step back with our foot. We're coming into some scooter work. So from here, I want you to hinge. You can still hold on to the foot bar here if you need to. Magic circles coming into our hands. From here, kick the carriage back, resist it in. Squeeze that magic circle, help yourself. 7, last one, and 8. Bring it all the way in and go ahead. We're going to go ahead, step on the floor. Just put that magic circle on your carriage. You can keep your foot bar where it is. I need to drop it down to stretch this hip. I can't get my hip in that high position of that foot bar on this side. So just go ahead, give yourself that glute stretch. All right, let's come over to the other side. I'm going to move my foot bar back up. And then from here, we are slowly coming on in. We're going to stretch that hip flexor out first. So come into that Eve's lunge. Stretch it out. Slowly bring it in. Let's do 2 more just like that. You're going to bring that carriage all the way in. You're going to walk your toes up just a little bit. That knee is now coming up off that carriage. From here, squeeze that magic circle. Bend and straighten your standing leg. So you're trying to keep that knee tracking over that ankle. Last 2. On this last one, you're going to hold it down. We have little pulses. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you hold it out? Just the arms, bend and press. For 7, 6, 5, can you get lower? 4, 3, 2, last one, slowly bring it on in. Take a moment if you need it. From here, we're going to step that foot back for a second. All right, same move, but we're coming down, we're coming into those scooters. So I want you to hinge at those hips, hold that magic circle, scooter it out. We only have 8, last push. 7, squeeze. 6, squeeze. 5, for 4, and 3, for 2, and last 1. Slowly bring it in, stand yourself up. You can put that magic circle down onto the carriage. Come up towards your foot bar and go ahead, give yourself that figure 4 stretch. Here you can lean over it if you want more. Bring your hands to the foot bar. I wish I had this range of motion in my other hip, but I don't. All right, from here, when you're satisfied, slowly bring that foot down to the floor. Go ahead, just reach down, change your spring to 1 blue. From here, your hands are coming towards the edge of the carriage. Your legs are right underneath your hips. You have a long line. From here, we're going to do standing elephant. I want you to push that carriage out. Drop your head. Find that triangular line like your hips are right. Your legs are right underneath that those hips. You're pushing long from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Inhale, round that spine. Come on up. Exhale, bring it down. Last 2, round that spine, bring the carriage towards you. Exhale, straighten that spine as you're pushing that carriage away. Now take one hand, doesn't matter which one, bring it to the wood rail under the armpit that's pushing. Take your gaze, look underneath that armpit. Take that hand, unthread it, replace it back on the carriage. Do the same thing with the other hand. You can even pull against the wood to get an opposing stretch. Bring it back to center. One final time, round those abs in. Slowly come on up, stack that spine. Bring your hands up over your head And from here, cactus those hands, hands to heart. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this flow. And thanks for working out with me. And until next time, I'll see you later.